I'm like, I don't know, like, is it just me or do you guys also have a hard time trying to figure out where your sock is, so you just throw on whatever you could find because it starts stressing you out? Okay, so before I start this video, this is so scripted because I've said this like a few times. So before I start this video, there's something important that I honestly wanted to mention. And I'm probably going to reiterate this quite a few times in my video, so you may get annoyed, I don't know. But I just thought I should mention it because I just felt like it was something that needed to be done. The last video I posted was on my multiple sclerosis and what's in my adult diaper bag. And that video is at 3,000 views. And the video before that is my multiple sclerosis and adult diapers. And that video, guys, is at 11,000 views. But please tell me why I only have like 470-ish subscribers on YouTube. So I thought I should mention this in the beginning of my video rather than just wait till the end, because some people may not watch my video all the way to the end, and maybe you'll get my video or start watching my video after realizing that, honestly, I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. Okay, I have a script for this video, but sometimes I just forget to look at it. So let me just read this first. So, basically, if you guys have not subscribed, please subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. For those of you who have, and you're watching my video right now, thank you so much. I thought I should throw in an incentive into this video because I just feel like more people would maybe want to subscribe to my channel. I mean, I smile a lot, so maybe if you're having a bad day and you just see me smile, it will make your day. So yeah. Did you subscribe yet? Because I don't want to continue if you haven't subscribed, because this needs to be done, guys. Like, I want to, you know, fuck. You know what? Let me throw an incentive in here. You know, kind of like what my doctor did when I was 19 years old, and he told me that I should be on Ocrevus because it would be a free trial for 4 years, and then kind of manipulated me in a sense because I felt like medication was the only way to heal, and that wasn't the only way to heal, and now I'm just talking too fast. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it. So for those of you who have subscribed to my channel on YouTube, thank you so much. And for those of you watching my video right now and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Like, please subscribe. So basically, if I reach 500 subscribers by the end of Sunday, so this Sunday, let me see what date that is. So December 22nd, I will post a video for December 23rd, so the Monday, so literally less than a week from now. I wanted to film this video because I noticed how many of you were also able to relate to basically having an overactive bladder, right? So this is kind of like, I guess, a continuation off of my last two videos I've posted, because I feel like I needed to talk about this a little more because I haven't really mentioned what I'm going to be talking about right now in my previous videos. I noticed how, like, people have been messaging me on Instagram and who have also left me comments on YouTube suggesting diapers or just trying to have a conversation going with me, you know? And what I find so amazing about this is the fact that every single time someone would subscribe to me on YouTube, I swear to you, they've all been males, which I find amazing because I feel like it's been males because males are also having an overactive bladder. I shouldn't be smiling, but I mean, I smile with everything. To basically tell me about their experiences with their overactive bladder. And I found that really interesting because I always felt like males always felt like they had to be secretive about this kind of stuff because it would just make them feel less masculine, I guess. I actually really like when people are so open about their struggles in life because it just shows how much of a fighter you really are. And even with females who have messaged me, or just people in general who have messaged me, the one thing I found in common about almost all of them was something that I just wasn't sure if I was allowed to bring up, because I didn't want people to feel like I was attacking them because they were individually messaging me on Instagram, right? And I wanted to be there to support them, in which I will continue to do. But the one thing I just kept coming across was, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel ashamed that one time. So about a few months ago, like around August, I was wearing shorts and I really had to go pee and I couldn't hold it in. And I was in the elevator going up to Zach's place. And guys, I literally started to pee in the elevator while the pee was literally dripping down my legs. And there were other people in the elevator too, and I'm pretty sure they saw me literally wetting myself. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they saw me wetting myself. But guys, I was so embarrassed. I'm just like, you know what? The one thing I always come across is I'm never going to see these people ever again in my life, or if I do, it's only going to be for a brief moment. So I'm like, you know what, just pee right now, pee it all out, and just stop stressing out, because it gets so annoying. So yeah, I did feel ashamed about that this one time. I don't think anyone should ever feel ashamed about having that overactive bladder. I just felt like I could never say anything because I just felt like I'd come across as that annoying vegan. I honestly just did not want to be the person to tell people that the only way they can heal is through their diet, because I didn't want to come across as that annoying vegan, as I mentioned before, right? And I just didn't know what to say other than just be there to support them, tell them everything will be okay, because it will be okay. But you need to also just be mindful of the things that you can do to prevent this kind of stuff from happening, right? People are in denial that the things that they do eat are essentially screwing them over. And I mean, for me, I was in denial. I was in denial about my bladder, especially when I first got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. I was in denial that the way I was eating was not the way to be eating. Even when people would tell me that, I would get so offended. Like for me personally, right? I went vegan January 1st of this year, and I'm still a vegan, and I think it's been working out great for me, and I'm going to continue. And before I even went vegan, so last year, let's say, I would have a shitload of meat. And for me, I really loved eating meat at the time, and I hate saying it because I just don't like thinking about the death of animals, because I've cried about it a few times to Zach, and Zach was like, it's okay, Pri, it'll be okay. And I'm like, no, it's not going to be okay, because people are eating animals, animals are dying, and it's literally like, it can be fixed if people just stop eating meat, and people will just stop getting sick. And basically, that's what I was thinking. Haven't subscribed yet because it would mean a lot to me. I was just in denial about going vegan. He was actually telling me, after realizing that I had multiple sclerosis, how eating vegan could potentially benefit me in so many ways that I don't realize. And guys, at this point, right, I wasn't a vegan. And I was in denial because I was like, no, I don't need anything to help me improve with my multiple sclerosis if it means I cannot have any meat. But I remember when he would tell me or just bring up the conversation of going vegan in 2018, I would get so mad at him. I'd be in denial about everything, and it's like a part of me knew that if I just went vegan or if I just ate better, maybe my bladder, maybe my double vision, or maybe my numbness, or all of this stuff would just get better. I was just in denial about it. I just didn't want to believe it because I just wanted to continue to eat what I was eating. And I think that's where the problem starts, because people are just in denial about things that are essentially deteriorating their body, and people just don't want to do anything about it until something bad happens, right? And when these people messaged me on Instagram, or just even people in general, like in real life, my question is, why is it so hard for people to accept that food could literally be treated as medicine in a sense? And I've been reading a lot of books on this too. But yeah, so basically I just feel like the diet people consume are often reflective on their physical development. And I just feel like people just don't realize it because they're in denial. Because they're in denial that maybe they should stop eating the way that they're eating. Because maybe this will actually improve your bladder in this case, right? Like literally the way I think about it is food is literally the thing that either makes or breaks you, but it's only going to break you if you're eating the wrong kinds of foods, right? So for me, right, I did become aware eventually that the types of foods I was eating were often reflective on my physical development. So in this case, the foods that I was consuming and eating was reflective on my bladder, right? So for me, I found that if I had too many liquids, I would have to go pee like instantly. Or if I had too many solids, I felt like I had to take a shit. So just having that well-balanced meal was something I learned to have, or I've been trying to like work on, because I feel like it is helping me a lot. I feel like maybe those of you who do have an overactive bladder don't have a well-balanced meal. Maybe you're eating more liquids rather than solids, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. But just having a well-balanced meal does help a lot. I found that sugar, holy crap, sugar was the #1 thing I felt like came before anything else, in the sense where something that you should reduce right away, because sugar literally kills you. Sugar literally corrupts your entire body. And I'm only saying this because I've experienced it. Like every single time I have like a sugary drink, or like I've had a sugary drink, or like a sugary snack, I would have to go to the bathroom that very instant, right? If you're having a shitload of sugar, I would say to maybe dim it down a little, or like go down on it a little, or a lot, because I feel like it would make a difference for those of you who have a lot of things with sugar in it. And this doesn't just go for drinks, right? This also goes for food. But even with that being said, right, I find that a lot of people love drinking their coffee. I don't know if anyone really puts sugar in their coffee. I know Zach doesn't, and I actually love when coffee doesn't have sugar in it, but I'm not really much of a coffee drinker. But just caffeine in general, caffeine, sugar, all of these sweet things really do, for me personally, it really does make me want to go to the bathroom like instantly, and just gives me that urgency to have to go to the bathroom, and it's like I hate it. I hate it so much. I just feel like people should accept the fact that food really does either make or break you. Like, and in that sense, for me, it will break me if I have like sugary foods, because I will have to go to the bathroom right away, and it's like I'm just not able to control that, right? So also just being mindful of how your body like functions, because what works for me isn't going to be what works for you, and what works for you may not be what would work for me. I can't even speak. And even when I don't have that well-balanced meal, like if I have too many liquids, I would have to go pee right away. If I had too many solids, I'd have to go take a shit, basically. And yeah, just having that well-balanced meal, I found that just really changes everything around, and I feel like people should be more aware of this, because I just feel like food is the one thing that's either going to make or break you, and I feel like a lot of people just don't realize that yet. I don't know if it's because of the denial. I don't know if it's because they just don't want to accept it. I guess the same as denial. Sometimes when I did have well-balanced meals, sometimes my bladder just wasn't fixed. Like, I still had the urgency to go to the bathroom. And I guess it really depends on the day for me. But that was the one thing I had to learn to accept. But by accepting this, I also had to make sure I was taking care of myself, in the sense where I was kind of like there for myself, you know, and was preparing for moments where I would have accidents. So sometimes just having that well-balanced meal did not work, right? But also just accepting the fact that things are just not always going to go your way is something that you should also learn to do. Be just accepting, I guess in a sense, I wouldn't say failure, but accepting just the hard truth that, you know what, maybe your bladder is terrible today because you just ate crap, is the way I think of it. Because every single time I do happen to wet myself, I always come across I'd always come across the fact that, this is your fault. This is because you had too many liquids, or you had too many solids, or you just didn't have that well-balanced meal that you should have had. Today when I was with Zach, we were on our way to his place, and he was like, do you have to go to the bathroom? Because I usually have the urgency to have to go to the bathroom, right? And I looked at him and I was like, actually I don't. And I was like, oh my god, this, for the past 2 weeks now, guys, I have not had the urgency to have gone to the bathroom, and I couldn't understand how that was even possible, because I wasn't changing my diet necessarily. Like, I was still eating the same, like, you know, I was eating vegan, I wasn't having too much sugar, I was just being very mindful about the things that I was eating, right? And I couldn't understand how my bladder was just improving. And then I realized that there were a few things that I did come across. My confidence. My confidence was something I did not realize that was affecting me. And basically what happened was, for the past 2 weeks, I started to notice how I started to get more comments on YouTube, and even on like Instagram I would get messages of people asking me if I wore these diapers, if I basically wore these diapers in public. And as you guys can see, you can't really wear these in public because they're actually pretty big diapers, right? And I told them that I didn't, because I didn't really need to be wearing diapers every day, because I just felt like being mindful was enough for me, and which it was. But sometimes when I wasn't mindful enough for the day, I will end up wetting myself. But yeah, so just having that confidence was something that I didn't even realize I had, or I was just not having for like the past few years now, in the sense where I actually, for the past 2 weeks now, I've actually been wearing diapers in public. I wouldn't wear them every single day for the span of 2 weeks. I would actually wear them every other day, for the days that I was actually wearing like baggier pants. And when I wore these diapers, guys, it gave me the confidence. It gave me the confidence that I didn't have not wearing one, in the sense where I just knew that if I actually did happen to wet myself that very moment when I was outside, it'd be okay, because I had my diaper to literally protect me in a sense, right? And I just felt confident that everything will be okay no matter what. Whereas if I wasn't wearing a diaper, it wouldn't be okay, because people would notice and it'd be embarrassing, right? And winter is not too bad because I have my jacket to cover me anyways. But in summer, it does get bad because you don't have anything. You're not wearing like a sweater, a jacket, or anything. You're just wearing the lightest amount of clothes because it gets really hot in summer. Usually when I'm stressed out, I would have to like go to the bathroom so urgently, like it's really bad. And the opposite of that, I guess, would be confidence. Just having that confidence that you're not going to be stressed out because you're not going to wet yourself. So wearing these diapers gave me the confidence, right? So for 2 weeks, I've literally been wearing diapers every other day to kind of relearn how to have that confidence. Because guys, for the life of me, I couldn't relearn how to have confidence that I literally lost 3 years ago. And it does get frustrating for me sometimes, because I just wish I had the confidence to do many of the things that I was once able to do. So this one's kind of irrelevant, but for jumping. Guys, I don't remember how to jump. Like, how do you jump without falling down? Like, I don't know. I've been reading a lot of books lately, and I probably may make a video on this too because I've been learning a lot. But it's like multiple sclerosis, having that overactive bladder really does screw you over, and just makes you start thinking about so many things that you just wouldn't have thought of prior to your diagnosis or prior to any terrible situation that happens to you. So next week I'm actually, is it Monday today? Oh crap, honestly guys, I thought it was Friday today. Okay, so this week I'm actually planning on not to wear these diapers. I actually wore these diapers, as I mentioned, every other day for the past 2 weeks, just to relearn how to have that confidence. And it did help me, and now this week I'm not going to be wearing these diapers, and I'm going to see how things go. Did you guys subscribe yet? It would mean a lot to me. I would smile more. I mean, I do smile a lot anyways, but yeah. Did you hit it yet? How about now? I feel like I sound like Davey 504. Okay. So my video keeps cutting off. Nice. You know what book I just dropped? For those of you vegans watching my video right now, you're probably gonna hate me, but but I literally just dropped the Walls Protocol, and I didn't mention this, but quite a few people who have messaged me have asked me if I've tried out the Walls Protocol, and they've literally sent me all of these like research things on the Walls Protocol, which I find pretty interesting. But every single time people have told me about it, I think they were expecting me to not know of the Walls Protocol. And I mean Terry Walls, I do know of her. And I only actually came across this the very first time when my professor in my physical development class that I took last year, she was telling me about the Walls Protocol, and I actually looked it up, and I literally read this book, and I find it very interesting how it's been helping a lot of people. But if I'm being honest with you, from what I remember reading, I think the Walls Protocol involves seafood or something. I could be wrong. And I just don't want to do that because I want to continue being vegan because it helps me with my egg allergy too. So that's something that's actually could potentially kill me too, because every single time I smell egg whites or white eggs, I don't know how you would call it, I can't breathe. So I feel like if anything, that's more dangerous to me than my multiple sclerosis. But yeah. So did you subscribe yet? No? Like, do it now. Like, my stomach is growling. I really want to go and eat, so it'd be nice if you could just subscribe right now. Guys, you know what one thing I hate about filming videos? I was literally talking for like 20 minutes, and then I realized that I wasn't even recording the video. What an idiot.